Everybody's in the play, and don't you know it's a beautiful new day. Hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city. On the streets there once was pity, Mr. Blue Sky is living in today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race celebration. Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we've waited for. Whoa, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue, you did it right. The circumstance tonight, creeping over, now his head is on your shoulder. Never mind, I remember you this way. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's see you in the cup.
A week that assured the championship safety of Birmingham City Football Club for another year. Blues stage a Rowett Revolution comeback as the mighty Blues crush and dent the hopes of the Dingles as their push for a playoff place was severely dented. Remember the Derby effect after we staged another superb comeback at the iPro. Took them weeks to get over it, and the same will happen to the Wolves. Damari Gray's wonder solo goal was a pleasure to watch at 3:30 in the morning. Will he be going in the summer to help balance the books? Supporters, behave yourselves as bad reports are circulating from around the McDonald's Island. Did the police get it wrong, and what more could they do to control high pressure games? No DJ tonight, but the team totally capable of running the show. He will be listening in though, fully packed show tonight, so get on the shout box and help make it happen. Updates from the ladies and a match roundup coming up. Just another week being a Birmingham City fan.
We are the lads from the Tilton. from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Good evening. Can I firstly say that was beautifully read by Chris Pugh. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Can pay me later.
Will do.
In the studio tonight we've got Chris Pugh and we have got Ollie Osborne.
Hi guys. It's good
Without
to be
the
back.
E.
Yeah, or the U.
Alright. Oh, you as well? All right, okay. Where should we start then? We've got to start on the game, I should imagine. You both went, yeah?
Yeah,
Well, you had to
I didn't
go,
see
yeah.
much of it, but I
Oh,
saw
right,
bits of
okay.
it. Yeah,
busy
yeah.
at busy in the
Yeah,
pie shop?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
good
stuff.
sales.
Do you think the game was a bit short or what?
It was very expensive. £30 for
30
adults
quid.
for a game where we really didn't have much to play for other than pride. It's not good. It doesn't
No.
look great to other clubs when they're watching us on TV on the Football League show, and there's empty seats all around the front.
I must admit, watching it on television, it didn't look. It looked a lot less than 19,000 to me.
Yeah, you know how they do the attendance.
Yeah, I know,
though,
yeah,
if they
the
count
figure-
season ticket holders who don't come or whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Ollie said, at this stage of the season, with a game coming up on Tuesday night as well, you're asking people to pay 30 quid, and then I don't know what it is on Tuesday night, but
It's
that's
only a tenner on Tuesday.
I got a
okay,
great
so-
deal on.
Yeah.
Still,
No,
people
10
are going to
quid,
save
yeah.
their money for the Tuesday
well, if you
game
could go
'cause they
to
can
one of
afford
the
it,
two, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so as well.
The game itself, who shone?
Well, Damari Gray, he scored a good goal. I'm not sure it was as good as what people have made it out to be in some ways, because the reality is it was a mistake that's led him to actually getting the chance to score. Yeah, he's done a lot around it to score, you know, getting from the edge of his own area to the halfway line and then, sliding it past the goalkeeper. But other than that, I'm not sure it was that good of a goal. But yeah, his performance generally, he worked really hard defensively. He had a lot to do against the fullbacks, because he did switch around quite a lot, and he did seem to beat them quite a few times. So yeah, and he created chances for himself other than the goal as well, and for others, which is great. So yeah.
Worth his money?
What, in the you mean the Bournemouth bids?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he showed
Yeah.
that he was yesterday, but in recent weeks he hasn't. Whether it's like a bit of a hangover from all that's gone on.
I think we there was a bit of slating, probably from somebody in the studio last week. Actually, maybe we should have got rid of him. I think that was me.
He
come back
must
to
have been
bite me.
listening. Yeah.
yeah.
I think he's got to do that on a regular basis to be talked
Yeah.
about for £5 or £6 million. But we know it's in him. We know he's got that ability. We've seen it before, and to be fair to him, if there's one game over the last 3 months that you'd have said, go on, put that in, it would have been Wolves at home, wouldn't it? So,
Yeah.
fair play. But obviously not seeing much of the game, but I heard the rapturous applause for Fabrini when he came off, and the fans singing his name, so I assume he must have had a really good debut as well. So.
Yeah, that was the next
Brilliant.
question. Yeah, how did the new guy get on?
Yeah, he was fantastic. Great. A capped Italian player playing for Birmingham in the Championship.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought it?
Yeah.
Made his debut the same day as someone else that was a Birmingham player at the time. Anyone want to have a guess?
Say that again, sorry.
Who did he make his debut in the same game as that was playing for England, and they were also a Birmingham player at the time?
Ooh.
A Blues player that made their debut against Watford at home, is that
No,
what you're
against
saying?
Italy, when he made his debut for Italy.
Oh,
They were
sorry.
playing they were playing England.
Okay. And the Blues
Italian
player
club?
at that time made his debut.
Yeah, for England.
Joe.
Nope.
TF, no.
No.
Who then?
It's only like 26 for Barini.
Right. Oh, is he? No, I know.
Minus 3.
And he was at Blues at the time?
Yeah.
So
It was
good.
in 2012, so to give you a time scale on it.
Goodness me.
Right.
Yeah, there's not many to choose from, is there?
We'll let people on the shout backs have a go at that one as well.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
repeat
quite
it
a bit.
again for the people who are listening, Ollie.
Fabrini made his debut for Italy against England in 2012. Who was the Birmingham player that made his... He was a Birmingham player at the time. Who was the Birmingham player that made his debut in the same game for England? Yeah, let's go back on to
British, yeah.
talking about Fabrini.
Yes.
He showed so much of what Shinnie has not and I don't mean that as in Shinny's not been a good player, because he has been.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant over the last few games.
Different level,
yeah, he brings so much more to the game. Instead of just Shinny, he just knows how to create chances.
Yeah.
Fabrini knows how to run at people and then create chances. He can get something out of nothing and create a lot out of it. He can spray the ball about as if it's an easy thing to do, and that's exactly what we've been missing from someone like Shinny, to not just create chances when they come about, to take nothing into something is such a difficult thing to do, and Fabrini was doing it easily against a very good Wolves
what's his
side.
signing details? Is he signed for the for the end
Yeah,
of the season?
till the end of the season. But
Do we have an option?
I'm not sure if there's an option. I just know that he's not allowed to play on Saturday because of playing Watford. But
and also, how did we get him? How did we get him?
He's not playing at Watford. He played at Millwall for a bit, but they Watford brought him back because he wasn't playing. They changed their formation, which meant that Fabrini wasn't playing. So yeah, they just brought him back, and we took it.
I had a feeling that he came to us because we were due to play Bournemouth. We played Bournemouth on the Monday, and I had a feeling he'd come to us because Watford wanted him to play against Bournemouth.
Oh, so
because they're both going for promotion. But as it turns out, he was injured for that game, and so he didn't get the chance. But I think, when you get the chance, I know that there were a lot of people.
He's got it right, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people I saw on Twitter saying, when he come in, saying, where's the chance for Reece Brown, etc. There should be a time to get the young players in. But if you've got the chance to bring in somebody with the quality of Fabrini, like you say, a capped international Italian player, you don't turn that down. I mean, Reece Brown must understand that if you've got that chance to bring him in, you're not going to turn that down at all. So, Brown's time, I'm sure, will come, but Ramit would have been absolutely mental to turn that down.
And you've got to credit Rowett for the sort of characters really he's brought in online. You look at Morrison, was not playing at Charlton, but obviously a good player at this level. And he's done that. He had something to prove to Charlton that he was good enough, and he's done exactly that. Fabrini, hopefully he'll keep doing what he did on Saturday. Who else? Tesha, Keenan and Tesha, both not playing at their clubs. One of them is about to see his parent club get relegated from the same league.
I was just about to say, the three of them, Morrison, Tesha and Kiernan, we could finish above all three of them teams. Forest, Wigan and Charlton. Forest, Wigan and Charlton. So, certainly Kiernan has left from not playing a club that's going to be in League One next year.
Do you think Morrison was a sign of the season?
Do you want to go on it? Or
you go on, you.
Okay. I was going to say it's tough between him and Davis.
I'd say Davis, but Morrison's. You think about where we're weak. Where we were weak, we're shipping goals, and we look like we could concede any minute. So you bring Kiernan and Morrison in, and I think that's a really good partnership at this level. But I think Davis, for the majority of the season, since he's been in, has played a big part.
And again, you got to give Rowett credit, because a lot of people couldn't believe that Davis was left out on Saturday, and he went for Gleeson, Tesha, Holding with Fabrini just in front. And he could have easily gone, right, I'll stick Davis in for Gleeson, because it solidify it a bit more, make it a few tackles flying in, for instance, and he just went for three ball players.
Do you think there might be a few managerless clubs next season looking at what Rowett's done, and I'm thinking, we'll have a go. We'll have a bit of that.
I'd be a bit worried about Derby because Premier League clubs are going to be sniffing about McLaren if they don't get promoted. So, for instance, Newcastle.
Derby,
exactly. That's where they'd be looking, I think.
But I think Derby, possibly Derby. I'm not sure who else, without wanting to sound too boastful or anything, are as big as us that would go for go for Rowett. A Premier League club. If there's a Premier League club that needs to stay in the league, that are fighting for survival next season, I don't think Rowett's the kind of man that you'd go for. You want someone with Premier League experience. So in that sense, you're looking at the teams higher up in the Championship, and like you say, there's only really Derby at the moment that could lose their manager that probably would be bigger than us.
And the only difference between us and Derby, in a way, like maybe if you take out history, just talk about current stature.
Yeah,
it's probably just that they're more solid,
stable club. Yeah,
exactly. They're just a stable club, and we're not.
Yeah,
yeah, they're in a higher position.
We're
but
definitely not a stable club.
Yeah, if you looked at us with a stable owner, then could you imagine where we could be? We could even be in the Premiership at the moment, and
Yep.
yeah,
and who knows? Just
Blue Hobber's right.
Yeah. Well, just to track back a bit, we will talk about the about pricing structures. We've got our own ideas on what we could and what we possibly couldn't do. But yeah, Blue Hobber, you've got it spot on. It's Butland, isn't it?
yeah, Jack Butland.
Well done. Wondering if there will be a big overhaul of players in the summer. I suppose every club every fan of every club must be thinking exactly the same.
There's a lot of players
bar a couple maybe.
A lot out of contract in the summer, so it gives Rowett a good option that if he doesn't particularly rate players, it's easy for him to get rid of a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
and again, we're going to be looking at loans, aren't we? We're going to be looking at loans, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's such a good way to utilise the market, though, the way the loan system is at the moment. If we can bring in Fabrini in March, then like you say, it's there to be used. It's there to be utilised. So
and the emergency loan system's really helpful. Like getting Fabrini, for instance, it's like a quick fix for players that aren't getting football, the senior players, to find somewhere, and that works in our favour because you can get a lot of clubs that have got a lot of senior players and some of them aren't going to be happy that they're not playing. Yeah. It just gives us a quick fix to go, he's not playing, he's not going to be happy, let's bring him in, because he's not going to refuse first team football if he's got it on a plate with us. And
then he's got something to prove for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So he's
and Mr. DJ, I don't know who he is, I ain't got a clue. He thinks that GR probably has ideas on what he wants to do next year, but again, as we just said, just reiterates, finances. Finances are going to be the thing next season, because we haven't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah,
we don't know, and we hear today that the BIHL auditors have been changed again, and don't know what's happened there.
No, not a clue. But in terms of the finances, my view on it was that we had to secure our championship status 100% before any investors would be interested. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to come in, you don't want to be buying a team in the championship and then we go down. So the fact that we are, is it mathematical?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So we're mathematically safe now.
Yeah.
We're a championship club next year. So any potential investor knows that they're investing in a championship club now. So you might see things start to speed up and happen over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully something can be sorted out before the 31st of August, or so Rowett can know where he stands with
there was
money.
A rumour that we may have new owners next month, but I've been listening to the same rumour for
that rumour's been going for the last
3 years
36
now.
months.
I'll keep saying it until it actually happens. I know it's going to be a surprise now with how well we've done, but I'm still happy for us to finish 21st each season until we find a new owner, because, as you said, the last thing we need is to get relegated into League One. So
you say that, but I mean, there are a lot of people that won't go down season after season after season, knowing that they're going to get nowhere.
Yeah,
it's pretty pointless, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I'm sure the players will be thinking, right, let's push on next season. But me personally would say, I'm happy where we finish, just as long as we don't get relegated.
Yeah.
Until we got a chance to rebuild in the future with someone that will invest money and time into the club.
Yeah.
And realistically, if you are constantly chop changing the squad every single year, then you aren't going to be realistically challenging for promotion. And if you do survive relegation, you look at the teams that Wigan are going down this year, and their squad was ridiculous at the start, even at the start of this season. So
I'd spend some money as well.
Yeah, I mean Fulham as well spent 11 million on McCormack, and they're only just surviving relegation by the skin of their teeth this year.
Crazy. Mr. DJ is assuming that the change of auditors was probably because of the 3 odd million that went missing. Perhaps.
It's not a
great. These are the views of Mr. DJ and not of the station.
It's not a great CV entry, is it, for the auditors when you miss £3 million in a big company? So
not really. No,
possible.
No. A bit about Carson Young saying that we are going to run out of money. Yet the club assures the Football League we have enough for next season. This is one of them subjects we can't we can't talk about because we don't know. Nobody knows, do they?
No.
No.
I don't, probably Young doesn't know, and inside the club don't know probably really 100% where we are. So
yeah. I wouldn't have them count my piggy bank, said Mr. DJ. This probably leads us on a bit to the pricing structures as well, because we had you had the idea about the Blackburn and Wolves game. Maybe they could have made it a bit easier for the fans.
Oh yeah, it's the Easter holiday for kids in Birmingham. But
Yeah.
I don't live around here, but as you said earlier, it is. It's a great chance for them to bring through the next generation of Birmingham fans. You know, there's not much to play for, so it's not going to entice people to come in anyway, unless they just come because, you know, it's like what you said. You also said earlier that you haven't paid for your ticket for a couple of years now.
No,
that's because you've got out of the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
And if we let people keep doing this, I don't mean this disrespectfully to you, but if we keep
Jokes on his beer.
if we have a lot of people doing that, then it's not good for the next generation of fans, because then they won't come with, like, their parents won't take them because they've got out of the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
So something that I think the club should have done was, the tickets for the Wolves match were expensive, and because it was a Category A game, they had the structure at the start of the season. They can't just turn around and change it now. They could have done a buy one ticket, get one free. So if you buy a ticket for £30 for adults for the Wolves game and 20 for concessions and all that, get one for the Wolves game, get one for the Blackburn game free. I know it's discounted for the Blackburn game, and it's great that they've done that. Look at the Watford game and how many fans we had in that night, and how great the atmosphere was. I know it was Rowett's first game, but still, it was a really good atmosphere. It would just have made Saturday look so much better because people would have gone to both, and tomorrow night as well. Like, I'm sure the attendance will be still decent. I'm not saying it's going to be as much as the Watford one, but it'll still be. I think it will push over 20
tomorrow.
To be honest, yeah.
Really?
If it's still the Easter holiday for a lot of kids around here, then I'm sure they'll
I think some. I'm not sure. I think Birmingham are still off, but Solihull might have come back.
It's only a quid for under 13.
A quid, it's nothing, is it? It's a quid.
Yeah, but and like you said, it's happened before. You know, they've done this sort of thing before with games, and you know, Wolves at home. Like Ollie said, we haven't got anything to play for realistically. You know, we're not going up, we're not going down. We're playing for who can finish 12th, 13th, 14th, or whatever position we finish in. So to incentivise the fans to come into the ground, especially for someone like Wolves, it would have been a good idea. So you say, here's your Wolves ticket and your Blackburn ticket for 30 quid. If you'd have said 15 quid each, then you know, you'd have had people flooding in. I think so.
A good 4,000 Wolves, wouldn't they?
Yes, they bought a lot. 4 I think it was.
Away fans was a subject we were talking about off air as well, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Whose idea was that?
We don't have to say it.
Never understand why they grade games. A price in the Championship should be the same every week. I go to watch the Blues, not any other team.
We were saying this, weren't we? Off air as well. I understand that, and I do agree. You know, you pay your money to go and watch your team, but some people don't. So, you know, fair play to Hobby, he'll pay the money to watch Blues, whether we're playing Chelsea or Charlton, but some people don't. Some people won't go and see Charlton for 20 quid, but some people will want to watch Chelsea, and they'll pay anything they you know, they're willing to pay 40 quid if they have to see Chelsea, to see Blues play Chelsea. Not just Chelsea, but Blues. The event that Blues are playing Chelsea, or Blues are playing Villa, or whatever game it may be. But I do agree in that sense. It's, you know, if you're paying to go into Blues, you're going to watch Blues. But people do have that mindset that you know, it's an entertainment, a sport at the end of the day. And
as Nick says, it would have cost him over £100 from him and his son to go, and he can't justify it. He needs a new chainsaw. I don't know what that means, but there you go.
We should set up a fund.
Yeah, for
Nick's chainsaw.
Nick's chainsaw fund.
buckets outside the ground on Tuesday night.
Crikey, half hour's gone already. Should we move on to the ladies? Because there's there's a lot happening in the ladies, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Both on and off.
Yes, on and off.
Spill the beans, boy.
Well, when was the last time I come in? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so
2 weeks. Yeah.
We drew 0-0 with Man City in the league. That was the first league game, which has to be considered a positive. We then travelled to Liverpool in the league and lost 2-1 there. So that was the first league defeat of the season. And on Sunday we went out of the FA Cup in the quarter-final stage away to Man City again. So in reality we've played 4 games this season, but we've only played 2 teams. Last season's champions and, in my opinion, this season's champions.
This season's championship.
So we've had a horror start, really. 1 at home, 1 away, 2 in the league and 2 in the cup. So, in essence, being out of the cup, out of the FA Cup, and 1 point out of 6 in the league might not seem a good start, but we have had a really tough start. We have been missing Carney. I'm not using that as an excuse. We've also had Chelsea Weston out injured, the right back. She's out for the season. Kirsty Lind's been out injured, the striker. So it has been a really tough start to the season for us.
What's happened with Karen?
Karen's got a back injury. She was suspended at the start of the season.
Yeah.
But then it transpired she's got a back injury. So I think this is something that all clubs could do better. I mean, if you look at BBC Sport on a Thursday before a weekend's matches, you'll know who's missing from Premier League teams, who's injured, who's not. You don't get that from the women's clubs. A lot of the, I mean, Linnet, for example, I don't even know what injury Linnet's got, and I only know Carney was out injured because I speak to a couple of the players. So, you know, I think it's something the clubs can do a lot better to inform the fans of what is actually going on with injuries. But yeah, so I wouldn't pin it down like some people have to just Carney being missing. We've got Notts County at home on Sunday in the league, so that's a good opportunity for us to get back on track. Because
how Notts County doing?
Notts County are a good side this year. Yeah.
Would you say it's a must-win because they lost the game with Liverpool, and you said the last time you were on about the 2 defeats?
Yes, no team has won the league.
Mm.
Having lost more than 2 games. So if we lose to Notts County, really, you've got to be in a 14-game season. If you lose 2 games, then history says you're not going to win the league. But it's such a tough league with so many good teams in it now, and dare I say it, 1 or 2 average ones. But 6 of us are really good teams. But Notts County always come and give us a good game. So. And the players know that, so it's almost the perfect game for us because they know that they've got to be on it from the first whistle. So hopefully we'll be back on track on Sunday.
What's their start? How's their start? Notts County, did you say?
Notts County have played 1 league game.
Right. Okay.
No, they haven't. Beg your pardon. They've played 2. They lost the first one at home to. They're in the same position as us. They lost the first one at home to Chelsea, and they drew at home to Arsenal. So they played 2 and 1 point as well. So they're in a similar position to us. They know that that's not the best start considering Chelsea have won both their first 2 games. So yeah, good chance for us to. Who's
going to explain the Tony Duggan thing that you briefed me about today?
Is this who's briefed you about this? I see.
About the Instagram photo.
Right. Well, Tony Duggan plays for Man City and she scored against us on Sunday, so she's not in my good books anyway. But she obviously playing for Man City. They kicked off at 1:30 yesterday.
Yeah.
The Manchester derby was at 4:00. So they've won the game. Her and Izzy Christiansen, who used to play for Blues, but she's at City now, they went out to a restaurant with one of their friends who's an Everton player. And in that restaurant was Louis van Gaal, the Man United manager. Mm-hmm. Now, considering Man United beat Man City 4-2 on the same day, Tony Duggan then tweeted an Instagram picture of her and Izzy Christiansen looking delighted to be having a photo with Louis van Gaal, which a lot of women's football fans have stuck up for her and said she can do. You know, it's her off time. She's not a Man City fan, which is fair enough. She's not, but we want to try and bring fans into women's football. We want to bring, and Man City as well. Their quarter-final against us on Sunday, they only had 450 people go. They're using the academy ground, which holds 7,000. It's an amazing ground, an amazing complex. If they want to be the top of the women's game, they've got to bring in the fans to do that. And for Duggan to tweet a picture with the Man United manager on the same day that the men's team have lost to Man United, I just think it struck me as really naive and
again,
really foolish.
Is there really that tribalism? Should we be bringing that?
If you looked at some of the comments aimed towards that afterwards, yes, there is. And I just think if you're taking away 10 fans, if you think 450 people went to the quarter-final, an FA Cup quarter-final, if you're taking away 10 fans, that's 10 fans that won't come through the door next time.
Yeah, I suppose.
It might be childish, and it might seem a bit petty on behalf of the Man City fans. If we put it in our situation, if Villa beat Blues and Karen goes out and, well, she wouldn't because she's a Blues fan, but if Karen went out and tweeted a picture with Tim Sherwood on the same night, I wouldn't be particularly happy with it.
Yeah, I suppose so. But then again, it is,
I just think
the women's side should be promoting this family non-tribalism. Surely.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
She could have waited. Like, she didn't
That's
have
the
to
thing.
do
I
that
suppose,
night.
She didn't have to do it on the same day that they've been beaten.
Then again, if he
those City fans
says
are
to her, if
hurting.
he's in a restaurant with her and he asks her,
no, she asked him.
Well, yeah.
Let's face it. I don't think the women's game has grown, but I don't think Van Gaal knows who Tony Duggan is. Probably,
no.
But
I can imagine. I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in her position.
Like Ollie said,
I'll probably
on
do the same.
that day, just have a think to yourself. If I tweet this photo, how are City fans going to take it? Because although you don't support the club, they're paying her a lot of money. City, she's on a lot of money at City, and it's the respect for the shirt that you're wearing. It's the respect for the fans that are paying to come and see you. They're all right. They're Man City women's fans, but I'm a Blues ladies fan, but I'm also a Blues fan, and a lot of the Man City women's fans are Man City fans. Yeah, and I just think on that day. Leave it a couple of weeks, like Ollie said. You've got the photo. You can have it. Anywhere. You can have it. You don't delete it off your phone. Yeah. And a month later, once the season's finished or whatever, just say bumped into Louis Van Gaal in a restaurant.
Yeah. Here's me throwing darts at the picture.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just think it's just a touch naive and a bit foolish. That was all.
Whose idea was it to put the ladies' game on the same day as the Manchester derby? Surely that's such a stupid idea. If you want to get fans in, surely you want to.
I think that's why they changed it to 1:30, because all the other games started at 2, and the games normally do start at 2 o'clock on a Sunday. That's the women's version of Saturday 3 o'clock. Yeah. So that's the regulation kick-off time, and I think they moved it to 1:30 because it would give fans time to get home or get to the pub to watch the derby then. But
right, I'm just going to have a couple of songs and we'll be back in about 4 minutes.
I have no idea.
There you go. Right then, so next up is competition time. I don't think nobody got, well, I got quite close actually. I was only 33 people off.
What was that?
Off the Wolves game, yeah, but I got the score slightly wrong. I said 2-0 to the Wolves. Capo said 3-1, 22,000. Ollie, 2-1 to the Wolves. Nick was miles off, 2-0, 18,000. So there you go. Right then, okay, so let's go for the Blackburn game then. And I'll find some paper. Go on, Chris. Up to you. You go first. Blackburn, yeah. Here you go.
Tuesday night, £10 a ticket. I don't think we'll get as many as Ollie said.
No, I don't.
2 teams that haven't got anything to play for. Really exciting 1-1. With 16,800.
16,800. Ollie?
I'm starting to doubt myself on that attendance as well, thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'll still go higher though. I'm going to go for 19,200. So not a million miles off the 20. And I think we'll sneak a 1-0 win.
Okay. That's okay. I actually think we'll sneak a win as well. I'm gonna go for 1-0 as well. 19,200.
Everyone's going to be so happy that we beat Wolves.
Feel good factor.
No, they're not going to be that happy. Yeah. Mind you, it's only a tenner, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to go for 16,300. 307.
Right.
Okay. What's Nick?
DJ Blue Nose, 18,432.
18,432.
And 1-0 Blues. Seems a popular scoreline.
1-0.
Blue Hobber, 2-1 Blues.
2-1 Blues.
With an attendance of 15,475.
175. So that's so Blue Hobber's gone the lowest there, hasn't he? Okay. Let's go to the Watford game.
Watford, we have DJ Blue Nose first up with a 1-2. So that's a Blues win.
Blues win.
So controversial. 20,000.
Mind you, I'm trying to think what gates they get.
I don't think it's that good.
No, I don't
No.
think it's no. 20,000.
567.
167. Right, okay.
Do you wanna
Chris,
go or
I'll
shall I
You
go?
can go.
Okay, I can just. This sounds really pessimistic, but you know those just away games when the team just don't turn up whatsoever and we get blown off the park.
And
Could you
the
one
other
of them,
team's
Emma, yeah?
desperate for promotion, you mean?
Yeah, I can see it being that. So I'm gonna. I know this Nick will hate me for this, but I'm gonna go for a 3-0 defeat.
Oh, that's optimistic.
Yeah.
And I don't think the attendance is going to be 20. I'll go 15,802.
Important.
Yeah.
Better not be 800 bang on now.
Yeah. You get a special prize if you get it bang on. I just made that bit up. Come on then, Chris.
No, okay. I have to agree with Ola here. I can't see anything but a home win. There's one team desperate for promotion and the other one coming to the end of the season. They've got so many goals in them, and Troy Deeney always scores against us.
He does, yeah.
We haven't got for Brent. I'll go 4-1 to Watford.
4-1.
With an attendance of 17,048.
17,048.
Blue Hobber.
Yeah.
Watford 2, Blues 0.
Watford 2, Blues 0.
Attendance 16,400.
16,400. Right, I'm going to go for a Watford win as well. I'm going to go for a 4-0 annihilation. Sorry.
Good job Nick's not here.
I know, yeah. We can be controversial when he's not here, can't we?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And I'm going to go for... it's going to be in the 15,000. 15,103. To be precise.
The point we didn't mention earlier actually was Keenan might not be fit tomorrow.
Okay.
And Robinson's available after suspension.
Oh, good.
Would you, if Keenan's not able to play, would you play Spectre or Robinson?
Without wanting to sound too nasty, it's like having to choose whether you cut off your right arm or your left arm. Spectre. I would play Spectre because I think there's just there's just a bit more about him at the moment than Robin. I mean, the way he got a lot of stick after the Bournemouth game.
Yeah.
On one hand, you can say he's going to be really up for proving people wrong. On the other hand, they've got Rudy Gusted and Jordan Rhodes. So I'd like us to be as solid as we can. I'd probably go Spectre if Keenan's not fit.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Robinson play, to be fair, because it's just one of them when you could see Rowett just putting Robinson in and say, look, go and prove those people wrong that have been criticising you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, he's done alright with Morrison when they have played together. But, yeah, as you said about Jordan Rhodes' pace is frightening, just like Callum Wilson, the Bournemouth, and look what he did.
That's
to
a good
Robinson.
striker, that is, if them two get stuck together. Yeah.
So but I do think you're right, and I think I'd go Spectre.
Yeah.
Although I would not be surprised if Robinson played. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, give Spectre a go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Anyway, you know, like I said, they're both good aerial, aren't they? Gifted and Rhodes as well. So, you'd be ashamed if Kiernan's not fit.
Nick's just asked me to remind him regarding the competition for the Wolves predictions. So I'm just going to go over them again.
I didn't make one.
No, you didn't know.
I wasn't listening to the show, I'm afraid.
No.
Were you going to go 2-1 to Birmingham?
I was going 2-1 Blues with an attendance.
Hey! Yeah, and Nick said 2-0 to Blues, 18,653. Ollie says 1-2 to the Wolves, 18,005, and I think you changed it to 2-2.
No, it was. I wanted to go for 2-2, but
Oh right, okay.
that was my heart ruling my head.
I've got
and then
I've got you.
Nick bullied me into going with my
You got
head.
it wrong both ways. So.
Yeah.
I said 2-0 to Wolves, and I said 19,333. Capo said 3-1 to Blues. That's just quite close. And he said 22,450. That would have been a whopper. That would have been a bumper crowd.
It was optimistic, wasn't it? 30 quid a ticket.
Yeah, we're never going to see that again. There's been a few protests as well lately as well, particularly the Cardiff protest, which was a good one, or was it a good one? Your views,
It's a
gentlemen.
good way to make your point, isn't it?
Yeah, well-
you know, not being there at all shows yourself up more than anything, really.
It was so obvious on the Football League show, to me anyway, when Cardiff did score their 2 goals and just no one was celebrating. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Even if there's, say 20 Wigan fans at a game, you still hear cheering.
Whenever people refer to a poor
You're talking
away
about their home
attendance,
games.
it's always Wigan or Fulham, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll go Yeovil instead. We'll stick with Yeovil. So yeah, even if they score with their 20 fans away at the opposite side of the country, you still hear them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, whichever way you say it, I mean it's a cracking protest because it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, it's so
Yeah.
hard to do because, as you say, like we could organise that protest for this weekend that no Blues fans go to the game, and there'll always be somebody that will go, and the way as
there's
well.
always a story that you hear of somebody who's been a supporter and hasn't missed an away or home game for 30 odd years. That's it. You know, and I'm sure there's some Cardiff fans who have been in that situation where they haven't missed a game in a long, long time.
But they felt so strongly
Exactly.
about what was going on
that they
made
choose not to go and support their team.
the ultimate sacrifice
it
for
is
any
for a
football fan.
yeah.
That is showing.
Yeah.
To me, that is showing true support.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think, as you said, if we arranged it for the Watford one or even...
We couldn't arrange a sausage protest.
No way was that real. That must have been a Wolves fan or a Villa fan who made
we
that.
couldn't even throw one raw sausage on a pitch.
Yeah, no Birmingham fan got their
Those
sausage
fans
out.
are
No,
useless, ain't
thank
they?
goodness for that.
Absolutely useless. We did hold some cards up once, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. But it's a shame for the club and the players, and I think the manager come out and said, the fans were the ones that missed out in the end because they missed a good away win. But like you say, they feel that strongly about what's going on, then they've got every right to voice their opinion. They're the ones that pay the money, so.
Yeah, and I believe there's a bit of a Blackpool protest as well, isn't there?
Well,
every week.
Yeah. Well,
Different protest.
Apparently,
Different maniac move from the chairman as well.
some fans protesting outside his house. Did you
Was
see
it a hotel, I think, or was it his house?
I thought it was just at his
Okay,
house.
yeah.
I've seen a video of it. Wasn't when the incident happened, but it was after. I think it was his house. So yeah, they were I'm not sure how many, but they were protesting outside his house. And there were gunshots fired from around his house. I'm not sure whether
He come out with his ski mask on, didn't he, and everything.
No.
Honestly, he's that's...
It's weird more than anything.
And then you get the xenophobic approach of we don't want foreigners coming in to our football clubs who don't care. And then you've got an English chairman in charge of a football club. Yeah. And he's absolutely lost the plot. Completely lost the plot. Completely lost all confidence of the fans, alienated every single supporter, and that's not due to foreign ownerships who don't care. Do you know what I mean? But
paid himself 11 million for
That's
the season
it.
they were in the Premiership for 1 year. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But you'd like to do that with your
Oh, yeah,
business.
that'd be nice,
Just,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'll take
to
11
be
million
paid.
out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine being frisked for sausages.
Yes. Bit awkward, yeah.
That was another protest as well. Might have been 2-3 weeks ago now, where the Blackpool fans decided not to go to the home game, but they went to the
Lower
Blackpool
league,
AFC.
yeah, was it?
Blackpool
Yeah,
AFC,
lower league,
apparently,
Blackpool, yeah.
and boosted the crowd by some
But
3 or 4.
when FC United of Manchester started
Yeah.
up, they were getting crowds of like 5,000, weren't they? Because
Yeah.
it was Man United fans
Yeah.
opting to go there instead, but that soon died down.
Yeah,
when they
imagine they're a
realised
bona
it.
fide club now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Actually,
that's it. Yeah,
getting
but
there.
Blackpool, that's a
Yeah.
club you cannot even fathom. We sit here every week and go on and say what's happening at the top, what's happening at board level. You cannot even fathom how bad things are at that club.
No.
You know, from the top down, everything about that club is just in utter disarray. It really is.
I saw a site actually that's been set up by a Blackpool fan that's not very happy, and it's got all the negative news stories that have been reported on them over the past 10 years, properly, as in quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then one that's about how they feel that it all started, and it's ridiculous. There's things about how bad the pitch is, about how they've still got porter cabins for their training pitch, even though they've been in the Premiership. There's no legacy out of that. They were offering contracts of 200 quid a week to their best players only a couple of years ago. So it's just things. And they offered Robbie Fowler a few years ago. This was just before they got into the Premiership, I think. £100 a week to play. £100 to Robbie Fowler a week is not very much.
No.
But,
He'll
Yeah,
be
that-
kicking himself now.
But what a state to get into. You know, really, we're not in a good way. But when you consider we could be, there are Blackpool fans out there, you know, who must be sitting. You know, if there's a Blackpool fan with a show this week, they could do 4 hours each week.
Yeah, that's right.
About what goes on at that club. So.
Yeah. We need a
Utter
benchmark.
madness.
The Tilton Talk.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
They've been doing the same thing for 3
Yeah,
years.
the Bloomfield talk show.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's an utter chaos up there. But
It is.
it wouldn't surprise me if they did. You know, Yeovil have had 2 successive relegations to League Two, and you wouldn't be surprised to see them go the same way at the way things are
that'd be
going.
good for Clark's CV, wouldn't it?
Consistent relegations, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You got to feel sorry for Clark. No, you haven't.
No, it's all right.
It's sad though that it was, in a way, that he was that desperate for a job that he knew everything that was going on, maybe not to the extent he knows now, but everyone knew that they were in a bad situation, and he was still willing that.
Yeah.
He went almost straight away, didn't he?
I think he's got so much self-pride that he might even have believed himself that he could get him out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, I really don't think he even considered what exactly was going on at that club. And
He thinks he's going to be there next season.
yes, he does. Yeah, he's pretty confident. But
I think he would be. I wouldn't. I know they got relegated, but I can't see a reason why they'd look to bring anyone else in, because who'd want the job now?
you're asking somebody to go into there, and that's if he's willing to do it. I'd just let him.
Just before we finish, because we are finishing at 8:30 this evening, who's coming up this year to the Championship? Says Nick DJ.
Bristol City.
Yeah, definitely Bristol City.
Definitely Bristol City. Yeah.
I would say Preston,
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, Preston
They look
will
a good
finish
side.
second.
and then it's the lottery of the playoffs.
Yeah, that'll be
You've got a few
interesting.
teams. Sheffield United are in there. MK Dons, Swindon.
Doncaster, even Rochdale.
Yeah, they're
on
not
it.
far away.
Barnsley as well. Yeah, there's quite a few teams, aren't there?
I've got a funny feeling for MK Dons for the
Yeah.
playoffs. They've missed out on quite a few occasions now over the last few years in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know they've not done, I know a lot of people don't like the way they've gone about the way they are, but I would like to see them have the chance in the Championship.
Well, they've got the infrastructure,
and they've got a lot of good young players coming through as well. You know, it'd
if
be
anybody's
great,
got the infrastructure to make it, then, they've got the ground, they've got the area, the whole complex around the ground is built for Championship / Premier League football, as far as I'm concerned. So and they've got a decent young English manager, and if they could get to the Championship, it would be interesting to see how much money they can put into the team, because it's difficult to attract good players to League One. But if they do make the step up, then
Yeah. Ollie, it's probably a good job you are going back next week because of Nick says, P.S. Ollie, I'm not a bully. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm going back. It'll bully me more.
Yeah. Something we haven't touched on is season ticket prices frozen. Any views on season tickets?
Yeah, I think they probably needed to freeze it. If they didn't, and it wouldn't look great, would it? Like, I know we've
a rise,
paid higher.
Definitely. The season we've had,
And I like how they used they compared Rowett, our home performances, with Rowett and our home performances before Rowett came this season.
Yeah.
To show, look, buy a season
Whoever's
ticket because
so
we've got better performances now.
Yeah.
But it's still probably expensive overall for a season ticket because they're your core fans. You should try and just do as much as you can. I know, that it's still a lot cheaper than buying match on match, but you need to make people that are, say, might miss 5 home games a season, they are like that. The people that are not sure, you need to make them think, actually, you know what, I am going to get a season ticket because even if I miss a few games, it's still worth it. Yeah, still worth it.
And no early bird this year as well.
No, that's good. I mean, the 2:30 one is that in the paddock in the in the main stand?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, that's £10 a game in the Championship, which you really can't grumble at that.
£10 fine.
But once they go, then you are looking at then the tickets in the Tilton and the Cop are very expensive still.
Yeah.
For Championship football. So.
One thing I brought up last year when we talked about the season ticket prices last season is if every club had like a set amount of seats that were just stupidly cheap, and and once they went, people couldn't complain about what the prices of season tickets are or match tickets, because if you charge say 130 quid, 140 quid for block 1 of the Tilton, and 130, 140 quid for a seat in the Tilton in block 1, you couldn't complain about getting a season ticket. There's about 100 seats there, 200 seats, or whatever
the thing is, we all know where the gaps are. Surely, we could make those.
You look on the Football League show. We made the point earlier. The whole bottom row of the Tilton,
it looked
empty.
awful. It looked awful.
The whole bottom row of the Cup, most of the time empty.
Yeah.
You make those seats 150 quid season tickets. They'll go like that.
Or
it looks good.
Yeah. Does yeah.
It looks good. You don't see the top tier of the Tilton on the Football League show.
A restricted view seats.
That's it.
There would be a really good way of just making it look like we get better attendance.
Yeah, but I do think they will, because the diehard fans that buy the tickets in the Tilton for 500 quid, they still will, because they're going to go and that's their seat. But if you offer, like you said, you offer that lower block for cheap pricing. I think you're excellent.
Oh, right, okay. And right on time, just as we finish the show. Here's GA. What you been doing?
Lost the time.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Good to freeze prices. If rumours of an ownership change became more realistic, then could get more season ticket holders.
That's your big season ticket seller, isn't it? If you announce that we're getting new owners.
Chris Pugh for Prime Minister. Couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more with that as well. That's
I'd vote for you.
Idea.
Probably not. I agree, Chris Pugh.
See, everybody does.
They do, yeah. And with that note,
that just shows you how rubbish the rest of the people are.
Yeah. If you're going to talk, let me know and I'll put your mic on. And with that, it's good night from me. It's good night from
GA. You've got my name already.
Chris Pugh and
good night.
Ollie Osborne. Good night.
Good luck to Blues ladies on Sunday.
Yep, don't forget. Good night.
We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the Blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant the Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have Martina's tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you